Hi everybody, Coach Allison back, and I have your week 34 Defy Aging workout to show you today. Okay, we're going to divide this workout into two sections. The first one is only 2 exercises. It's going to be our cardio portion of the workout, and you're going to be able to do this in your own space. So you can grab a mat and just hunker down in your own little space for this. Once that is done, we are going to go into a standard rotation type of circuit. So your coach will already have the stations set up on the floor, and you'll go through a rotation. Okay, so let's go through circuit A. So circuit A, cardio, like I said, it is square hops and mountain climbers. So 2 pretty challenging exercises. The way we're going to do this is 3 rounds of 25 seconds on, 40 seconds off. You do get a nice long rest between each one because it's cardio. It's going to get that heart rate up. You're going to be huffing and puffing, so we want to give you an adequate rest time. So 3 rounds of 25 seconds work, 40 seconds rest. This will actually go pretty quick. The first one is a square hop. So let me show you that. So just want to picture kind of an imaginary square on the floor in front of you, and you're starting in one corner, and the goal is to hop into each corner as fast or as slow as you want or can or need to do. So yeah, no, I'm jumping front corner, side corner, back corner, other back corner. Okay. If you want, you can switch direction halfway through or switch direction with the next set. It doesn't really matter, but it is kind of nice to get that feel of going both ways. So if the impact is not working for you, we're going to do fast steps. This one's a little more footwork agility, so it's a little trickier in a different way. So we're going to go forward, side, back, side, forward, side, back, side. So you might find yourself kind of tripping over your feet a little bit, but that's okay. That's the agility component. So square hops or steps for the first exercise. Next exercise, mountain climbers. These are a toughie. There are 3 ways you can do mountain climbers in 2 different body positions. So there's really 6 ways you can do these. So I'll try to run through them quick. I have a busted baby toe, so this is going to be interesting. First way to do it, this is the hardest way, right here. In a push-up position, and we run those knees into the chest. Okay? Other way you can do it is start one leg up, and you kind of switch legs in the air. And the last way you can do it is starting with the feet back and bring your toes in like this, tapping one at a time. And then, so those are the 3 varieties. And then you can, of course, take those 3 up to an incline for another option to get you off of the floor. So all those 3 options up on the incline look like this. The first option, second option, and third option. No matter what option you choose, notice how I'm keeping my shoulders pretty much directly over my wrists and my hands. Notice that? What I mean by that is we don't want to come back here. See how my hips and butt are back, and now my shoulders are back here, but my hands are here. So scoot your body forward. Make sure you're in that nice diagonal body position, keeping the shoulders aligned right on top of those hands. All right, that's our mountain climber. Okay, so circuit B is our strengthening, our resistance exercises. We got done with our cardio with circuit A. All right, this is going to be different. There's 6 exercises. It's going to be 25 seconds on, 25 seconds off, but for 5 rounds. So that is a little bit different. So shorter work and rest, but more sets. Let's go through those exercises. Okay, exercise 1 is a box back step. It looks very similar to a step up, but we're actually kind of the reverse. I don't know. It's called a back step. So we're going to start, the starting position is actually up on the box. That's already different as opposed to starting down. Choose a height that's appropriate for you. I know the gyms all have different height boxes. So I guess I should face you a little bit more, huh? Okay, what you do is you step down like you're going to step completely off, but then you change your mind. You come back up. Alternate legs. So it's not a tap like this. See, now I'm just tapping my foot. You do want to get that full foot down and about 50% of your body weight down, and then come back up. Same thing, other side. Notice how I'm actually putting my weight down. Again, as opposed to like a touch back. That's kind of where the magic happens with this one. So yeah, box back step. Feel free to put the box near a wall or a rack to kind of put your hand on for a little added balance. All right, station 2, we have a wall sit. It's isometric, meaning there's no movement, you're holding it still. So your coach will have a designated spot on the wall for you. So you step your feet out a little bit to start, so we're not just like this, okay? And then step your feet about hip width apart, like kind of a normal squat. All right, and then we sink down along the wall as low as you're able to go. The lower you go, the harder it's gonna feel. And we wanna make sure we're not leaning forward on the hand, so keep your back pressed against the wall, and we hold this. Now, if you sink down and watch my knees, and your knees are way farther forward than your feet, so notice how here's my knee, but here's my foot. You're gonna wanna change that. You're gonna wanna step those feet forward. That just puts a lot of added pressure on your knees. So we want those knees stacked on top, straight up over the ankles, or even, if anything, a little in front, just not behind. And that's our wall sit. Okay, team, the next one is a variation of a chest press that we do a lot, but we're gonna do a medicine ball chest press. Now, typically we do chest presses with dumbbells, of course, so if you can go heavier with dumbbells than we have a weight for example, I'm using a 16-pound ball. I think most of our clubs don't even go that high, maybe 12. But normally you say you grab maybe 12-pound or 15-pound dumbbells, so you're lifting 24 or 30 pounds total, right? Stick with the ball, okay? Because this is very, very different. The bigger challenge here is not just the weight, but the fact that we're holding a ball instead of dumbbells. When you have dumbbells, you're holding onto a handle, and the handle's resting in your hand. Now, when we use a medicine ball, we're needing to do inward pressure to hold the sides of the ball, and that activates your chest muscles in a different way, your chest and shoulders. It kind of has a chest fly exercise type of feel to it. So that being said, do grab the outsides of the ball like this, and don't put your hands right under, because then we're not needing to engage that pressure I was just talking about. So grab the ball on the outside, elbows start right at the floor next to your sides, press up, lower down. So you can add a little bit of controlled speed here to add a challenge. You're going to feel your triceps as well, sides of your, the backs of your arms. Okay, so you can add a little speed for a challenge component, but again, hands on the sides, not on underneath. Now, for our participants staying off the floor, we're going to change this to our typical modification or option for this exercise of incline or a wall push-up. So you can grab a high leveled chair or table or box, or you can use one of your racks that you have at the gym like this. Of course, watch out for your head and stuff, or even the wall works just fine. So you work to your level. So medicine ball chest press or incline push-ups. Next up, bird dog. Haven't done this for a while. We've done it many times in the past though. I have stuff everywhere. Where can I go? Here we go. You're on your hands and knees. Want your hands directly under your shoulders, so we're not like this. Okay, you want the knees directly under the hips, so the knees aren't way back like that. So you're in a nice tabletop position. Nice flat back, so we don't want a rounded back. We don't want an overly arched back. So flat. Keep your head looking straight down. That keeps your neck neutral, so we don't have a drooped head, but we don't have a lifted head. All right, it's a lot of little setup reminders, right? And then from there, keep your head again looking down. Reach one leg back and the opposite arm forward. Pause, back to the center, alternate sides. Maybe get a little farther away so you can see my whole body, even though I'm sure many of our longtime participants know this exercise quite well. Give it a 1 second pause when you're in the stretched position. And go for a full stretch. Try to avoid little movements like this, but go for a nice lift and a full stretch. Now, same exercise on an incline for another option to keep you off the floor. Grab one of our boxes that we have, or bench, whatever. Same thing. Everything's the same. You're standing instead of on your knees is the only difference. But you will notice you need to give a soft bend in your knees here. Don't go for a straight leg. That'll give you too much pull into the hamstring. So that is our bird dog. Okay, next up we have a TRX Underhanded Back Row. This is the best angle I can get the camera at for this. I hope this works for the angle for you to see. So we have our TRX. We're going to have an underhand grip like this, as opposed to typically we do a back row with what we call a neutral grip, palms turned in like this. We're going to do underhand. So that's just what it means. Turn your palms underhand. Think of underhand as when you come up with a bicep curl, your palm is facing towards you. That's an underhanded grip. Okay? And the farther up you stand, or the farther back you stand, the slightly easier this becomes. So Let your body fully recline, arms get a full stretch, and then pull your body up with that underhand grip. Keep your elbows in tight. We don't want the elbows flaring out here. So if I step lower, farther inward, it's going to make this a little harder. Okay, see, I'm keeping that underhand grip. You want to squeeze your shoulder blades together at the top. So when you come up to the top, squeeze these muscles back there. One thing you'll notice with an underhand grip, with this movement, is our wrists have a natural kind of angle to them. So you don't have to do a strict underhand like this. That can be slightly uncomfortable on the wrist. Everyone's body's a little different. So for me, when I do it, I know you maybe couldn't see, my wrists were kind of like this. Okay, they were at a slight angle, but this is neutral. This is underhand, but a slight angle like this is a-okay. All right, team, last exercise, stability ball plank. All right, got a stability ball. Elbows and forearms are on the ball. Step your feet back. You might want to place your feet kind of wider than normal, like a normal plank on the floor. My toes would be right next to each other, but I'm going to step a little wider. Now my whole body is laying on the ball, so there's no challenge here. It's actually really comfortable. So the goal is to lift the chest and the stomach off the ball. Now that's significantly harder. All right. You can, if this is new for you, it's a lot of stability. That's half the battle. So what you can do is press it into something to get you used to this exercise. So press it into a wall, press it into the rack. So there's something you're pressing it into. And what that does is it adds a little more stability with this ball. The ball cannot roll forward as opposed to when it's just freestanding. Now it can wobble all over the place. There's more need for stability. So just a good starting place with this exercise is pressing the ball against something. And you can always do it without the ball entirely, right? Take your forearms to an incline surface, bench your box, and do an incline plank, no ball. You can work your way towards the ball because it is pretty advanced. It's a pretty advanced exercise. So start where you need to, work your way towards that ball plank. Okay, team, so that's week 34, Defy Aging. Hope you enjoy this split with the cardio and the resistance training, and I'll see you back next week.